Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Dre. And I just got home because at work they had the fights going, and I watched the match, and what can I say? Mayweather did what he did. Served up a good dose of jabs and crosses and hooks, and as I predicted, now I was off with the score because I think I called the match 117 to 113, but it was still a close. Either which way, Floyd Mayweather came out on top. One of the funny things, and I know it's a double standard because down here in South Texas in the Rio Grande Valley, the first fighter, James De La Rosa from Harlingen, Texas, where I live, he fought, and one of the things that I noticed about him when he was fighting Alfredo Angulo, he was using a lot of the boxing techniques very similar to Floyd Mayweather, sticking and moving, throwing a couple of punches, jabs, crosses, and backing up, getting distance, sizing up the next shot. Now, a lot of people down here in Harlingen in the Rio Grande Valley do not like Mayweather, and just like every other hater, they claim that he runs. But I brought it to the attention of one of the Mayweather haters because he was rooting for De La Rosa, and I said, look how he's punching. See how he's punching and backing up? Isn't that what Floyd Mayweather does? But I don't hear you saying that this guy is running. And he was real quiet. So once again, there's really no reason to hate Mayweather. It doesn't matter if you think he's arrogant. He proves it each time he gets in the ring. He puts on the kind of fight that makes people want to hate him. I can understand that. But in the end, he's still banking. So hate all you want. But for those who understand boxing and the pure science of boxing, you should be able to appreciate what he brings to the table. Because when he steps in the ring, he's very articulate with his shots. He makes most of his shots count. And that's why he outpoints the opponent. For all those who are expecting him to stand toe-to-toe, that is not the style of a boxer. Boxers move around, take their shots, and get distance so that they take as little damage as possible. That is boxing. If you're looking for brawlers, then you can expect another match. I know there's one fighter from California, Molina and Soto. I think that Sosa, those guys, I can't remember but it was one of the earlier fights, and those guys were standing toe to toe. You saw a lot of low blows, but that kind of brawling and throwing of fisticuffs, people like to see that. I can certainly understand that. But a good boxer can outpoint his opponent without having to stand and trade blows. I mean, it is exciting when you see guys just stand there, and a lot of people hope for a knockout, but a knockout is not as easy as you think. A knockout is very, very difficult. And a lot of these guys train, they learn to keep the chin down, keep their hands up to protect this area, which is known as a sweet spot, because if they get caught there, maybe behind the ear, it's good night. And a lot of boxers don't want to have to live through that nightmare because that's something that's going to, one, stay on their record as a fighter, but also it plays psychologically in their mind. People don't seem to understand this. When it comes to boxing, it's about outscoring. Whether you knock your opponent out, it doesn't matter because at the end, it's about who wins and who loses. Everyone wants to have that notoriety of beating Mayweather. And Maidana, he came trying to add that kind of pressure. He played it a little bit differently tonight than he did the last time. But still, you see him coming forward and catching leather in the face. Mayweather was very savvy. He was hitting off angle, which is something that Maidana was not intending to get hit with. And that's what won the fight for him. Yeah, in the end, he had a little bit of blood in his nose, and I'm talking about Mayweather. But at the same time, his pockets are going to be overflowing with dollar bills because that's how he set it up. He gets the big money, which is why he has that nickname. But again, people will hate on Mayweather simply because maybe they don't like his character. Maybe they feel like he doesn't have the same kind of humility as Pacquiao. And it's always a bullshit excuse where he hasn't fought anyone. Everyone that gets in the ring with him has the potential to knock him out. And everyone will sing a different song if that ever were to happen. but everyone is expecting him to fight Pacquiao. And quite honestly, I don't think Mayweather's ducking it. But this is all about money. This is a business of boxing in this day and age. It's about money. So if you want to bring up Ali and whether he would refuse a fight with Frazier or anything like that, I mean, the money that they make these days pales in comparison to what they used to make in the past. I mean, these guys are stinking rich these days. Look at all the money that Mayweather is worth. Now, at the time, Ali, he was worth a lot because he was a heavyweight champ. But Mayweather keeps proving each and every time why he has the belts. And haters refuse to acknowledge this. Boxing is about hitting your opponent and not getting hit as much. If you've ever boxed, and I can't say that I have, but I've done Olympic Taekwondo. And going up against guys who are state, national, and world champions, it's taught me a lot. Because a national champion can be taken by a complete unknown by getting outpointed instead of knocked out. I've seen it happen. And one of the biggest things that I learned when I went to nationals back in 1997, someone said, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. It doesn't matter what he's done or accomplished, whether he's a national champion, whether he's won a gold medal at the Olympics. Don't worry about that. He is just another person in the ring with you. And that's what Maidana's approach is when he's in the ring with Mayweather. He doesn't look at him as a heavyweight, as a champion of the world. He looks at him as just another man that he wants to beat down. And when you get in a ring with someone like that, you have to have that approach and worry about the accolades if you should succeed and win the match. But people won't accept this simply because of personal grudges. But then there once again is a double standard because I pointed it out. So Mayweather, he's not really worried about it because at the end of the day, he's got more money than every hater that's ever gone against him. And I'm not talking about people that have stepped in the ring, but all the armchair boxing champs that sit back and talk about what they would do in the ring, which really ain't shit. Mayweather is the champion once again. He's proved it. So for all the haters, marinate on that. If you like this video, I hope that you like, subscribe, and share. Peace.